Well, welcome. We're on the Business Mastery podcast powered by CEO Focus. And today's guest is Brian Vaughn from ShipShape IT. Welcome, Brian.
Hi there. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Brian, let's do this. Give us an introduction of yourself and ShipShape IT.
Thank you. My name is Brian Vaughn, president of ShipShape IT. We're about a 10-year-old IT support firm located in Bethesda, Maryland, is where most of our staff report, headquartered in Roslyn, Virginia. We serve the lower mid-market portion of DC and Baltimore's professional services market. Our ideal client is somewhere between, I'm going to say about 20 to 80 employees, although we will service clients anywhere from 2 or 3 employees for businesses, up through about 150 is our largest client. We just found our greatest efficiency and best value for our clients is ones that are in there that's slightly more narrowed client size.
Let me ask you a question. You've been in CEO Focus for a while. What are some of your takeaways from CEO Focus?
I guess things at the top of the list would be introducing elements that I as an entrepreneur have not thought of before.
Okay.
I think everybody gets in a certain pattern. I know I did on the business development front. For the first 4 years we were in business, you get into a pattern of what worked previously, and you keep doing that, and you don't innovate until what you're doing historically isn't working. The notion of constantly improving on the status quo is something that every CEO and executive, frankly, wants to believe that they have the eye on the ball on, and frankly, I think there's a balance. You want to take things that are working efficiently but could be better and still dedicate time to them. But that can easily become a distraction when you're looking to slay other prey there. So what I found helpful about CEO Focus, more so than NABOE, was these events and these human resources that come to you with items and thoughts that you hadn't even considered before. Things like AI integration into my business operations is something that I hadn't thought about until I saw that presentation. We have some automated functions that we have the machines handle in lieu of humans because there's efficiency there. But thinking 3 years down the road about embracing AI and being there as an early adopter is not something that I would have given proper gray matter to if I hadn't had that kind of opportunity. I'd be glad to tell you about ShipShape IT. I'd like to open with kind of my entree to NABOE and CEO Focus and what problem that fixed for ShipShape IT. I think in most entrepreneurial organizations, new business development has a primary function in the organization's scalability planning. And this is something that we've all done in one iteration or another before for my partners and I. So doing a 2.0 version of this, we needed to fix our ability to scale what's really a 2-person business development force across a much larger set of prospects. And we had decent growth prior to joining NABOE and CEO Focus. And when I say decent, 8 to 15% per year, I think the type of growth that most entrepreneurs are happy with. But in the IT world, when we did this the last time, it was, as we used to joke, the Oklahoma land rush of IT support. In the 90s, there was really a large surge in clients that were looking to hire firms like ours. And we saw a much quicker growth curve the last time we did this. So we were looking for a way that we could grow and scale in the manner in which we prepped the company to be able to do. And our business development wasn't getting to the point where we had 25% growth per year, which is really what we need to get to the goals that we wanted as business managers. And CEO Focus and NABOE provided us that opportunity in spades. As you recall, I was a very difficult prospect for you. You and I were probably in touch for about 6-8 months before we went. I remember the last conversation.
I wasn't going to give up on you. I knew you'd be a great addition to the group, and so thank you for being patient with me as well.
We did that, and we have NABOE and CEO and Focus to thank for what was last year a 35% top line growth number, and also a order of magnitude higher profitability. 10% of that, 11% of that came from an acquisition that we did, but 24% of that was from new revenue growth coming off new logos and expansion of existing logos. It was literally twice what our growth had been before in our best year. So ShipShape IT will remain a CEO Focus and NABOE client even in this age of COVID, where we can't do what we all did for a year and a half, 2 years ago, which you and I have joked about. We thought that would be the end of business networking. And it turns out that between podcasts, virtual coffee breakfasts, CEO focus events, you've managed to morph a virtual organization that does identically what the physically oriented organization did before. And I think of CEO focus as a much more laser focused, if you'll forgive me, notion of getting other individuals that can expand your sphere of influence, and more importantly, your knowledge base and how you think about your business problems.
Yeah, I say CEO focus is all about just moving your company forward, keep going at it, constant improvement. You know, we look at everything from mission, vision, and brand, and your customers, and your internal culture, your communications, your sales management, innovation management, and so forth. So we go on, and we just, we work with each of you for you to be the best that you can be, and we're there to support it. But with the other members and everybody contributing together, there will build a camaraderie. That, you know, the first 6 months, it doesn't happen. It takes 6 to 8 months, and you start getting to know the people. By a year and a half, you're in the group, and you know you're sailing along. So
that is absolutely true.
And it's so much fun to have people like yourself in the group, because you take business seriously, but not too seriously. You know, you understand its role. You want to be better, and you're, you know, I would have to say one characteristic of CEO Focus members is they want their companies to be better in all ways. You know, not just revenue generation, which happens, but to be better in all ways, to deliver the services better than the competition does, and to be unique, and to grow this company so that it's easier to run as it gets bigger, because of what you're doing to build systemization into the company and so forth, and financial management. But at the end of the day, I think everybody realizes I'm there to serve you all and help you all be the best that you can be running your company.